The North Coast 500 isn't just a road trip, it's a journey through the wild, remote and mythical soul of Scotland. From haunting caves and dramatic cliffs to white sand beaches, ancient castles and roadside seafood shacks, this route offers more than beauty. It offers connection. We're going beyond the basics, into hidden places, local secrets, and the kind of natural wonder that stops you in your tracks. This is the NC500. Done the right way. The North Coast 500, or NC500, is a 516-mile circular route that loops around the north of Scotland, starting and ending in Inverness. Most travellers go clockwise, but there's a secret: go anti-clockwise. This way, you experience the wild west coast last, when you're more comfortable with the roads, and the views build to an unforgettable crescendo. It also spreads out the crowds and helps support lesser visited communities first. You'll pass through windswept villages, highland valleys and coastal bends that feel like the edge of the world. And along the way, you'll discover places you've likely never heard of, but will never forget. For most, 7 to 10 days is the sweet spot. Any shorter and you'll be rushing. Any longer and you'll be tempted to linger, which is never a bad thing. Transport-wise, you can take on the NC500 in many ways. A car is most common, but campervans offer the freedom of wild camping. Motorbikes add adrenaline, and some even tackle it on bicycles, a feat of endurance rewarded with unmatched views. No matter the ride, the road will challenge and reward you in equal measure. We begin our anti-clockwise journey from Inverness, heading up the east coast and then west toward Durness, a rugged village perched on the edge of the Atlantic. Just outside the village lies Smoo Cave, one of the most impressive sea caves in the UK. Formed by both the sea and a freshwater river, the cave stretches over 50 metres into the limestone cliffs. A walkway leads into the belly of the earth, where waterfalls pour into black pools below. Nearby is Sango Bay, a crescent of golden sand surrounded by rocky headlands. Dramatic, peaceful and perfect for a morning walk. Further along is Strathy Beach, hidden between dunes and cliffs, often with barely a soul in sight. And look out to sea, that small island in the distance. That's Handa Island, a wildlife haven where puffins nest, accessible by boat from Tarbet in the summer months. As you continue east, towering cliffs rise from the sea, none more dramatic than the Duncansby Stacks, a cathedral of jagged sea pillars surrounded by crashing waves and circling seabirds. Not far from here, Castle Sinclair Gernigo stands crumbling at the cliff's edge, a medieval fortress ravaged by time and salt winds. And to the southeast, Dunrobin Castle appears like something from a fairy tale, complete with turrets, manicured gardens and a falconry display. All of them whisper stories of clans, sieges and centuries of Highland drama. This is living history, etched in stone and sea spray. Rounding the top and dipping down the west, the landscape changes, wilder, more rugged, more remote. Achmelvich Beach greets you with white sands and turquoise water, more reminiscent of the Caribbean than the Highlands. Just a short walk away is a secret cove, often completely empty. South of here lies Ardvreck Castle, its lonely tower rising from the shore of Loch Assynt. Haunting, beautiful and surrounded by tales of betrayal and ghosts, it's one of Scotland's most atmospheric ruins. Keep going and you'll cross the Kylesku Bridge, a modern marvel that soars across deep blue water between cliffs. Nearby, you'll hear the thundering Wailing Widow Falls, cascading from Loch na Gynmich with power and grace. And just when you think you've seen it all, nature has one more surprise. The Falls of Measach, plunging 45 metres into the lush Corrishaloch Gorge, wrapped in rainforest-like vegetation and echoing with birdsong. Not far away, the Ardvreck Falls pour from the mountains above Little Loch Broom, often overlooked but utterly breathtaking. A little further south, you'll find Gruinard Beach, remote, windswept and backed by forest, and the Inverewe Gardens, an oasis of exotic plants nurtured by the Gulf Stream, blooming unexpectedly in this otherwise harsh landscape. At the southern edge of the route, the mountains rise. Torridon offers some of the oldest rock formations in Europe, vast hulking peaks that feel prehistoric. The road here twists and turns dramatically, hugging lochs and threading through glens. Then comes Applecross. Reaching it via the Bialach na Ba, the Pass of the Cattle, is a rite of passage. With hairpin bends and cliffside drops, it's one of the most thrilling drives in Britain. The views at the top? Worth every turn. Applecross village itself is a quiet, windswept haven, with a small inn that serves some of the freshest seafood on the route. A perfect place to refuel both your car and your soul. Along the way, you'll find hidden gems for food, like the seafood shack in Ullapool, serving whatever came out of the water that morning. Tiny bakeries in Dornoch or Gairloch dish out warm pastries. Family-run cafes offer Highland stews, haggis and whisky-laced desserts. Fuel stations are scattered but not always frequent. Always top up when you can, especially in more remote stretches between Durness and Ullapool, or on the west coast, past Torridon. Most small towns have a shop or co-op, but stock up on essentials early in the day. Remember, this isn't fast travel, it's slow, soulful discovery. What makes the NC500 unforgettable isn't just the scenery, it's the emotion. It's the sense of stepping outside time, of waking up beside a loch with mist on the water, of standing alone on a beach where the only footprints are yours, of hearing nothing but the wind, the waves and your own breath. It's a road trip that becomes something more, a conversation between you and a land that has waited quietly for your arrival. Have you driven the North Coast 500? Or is it on your dream list? Let us know your favourite stop, or the place you can't wait to see. And if you want more deep dives into places that still feel wild, ancient and real, subscribe and come with us again, because there are still corners of the world where the stories aren't finished. The NC500 is one of them.